Hi all, thank you for watching my video. I just wanted to hop on here real quick and talk about 3 different branches of theology that we'll probably be hitting on throughout the life of my channel. So those 3 things are going to be biblical theology, historical theology, and systematic theology. So biblical theology is going to be like when we start in Genesis and we move through the Bible and how God reveals himself through scripture. So we see at the beginning of Genesis, God is the creator. He holds dominion over all nature. We see in the Exodus that when the plagues come through Egypt, God holds dominion over all of the created order, and that he proves that he is bigger than any other God that existed in Egypt, and that he will provide for his people. And then we see through Jesus' death, burial, and resurrection that God was prepared to pay the price for sins from the covenant he made back in Genesis. So that's biblical theology. When we're talking about historical theology, we're talking about how our understanding of theology has developed over the course of history. So, like the big example would be, how do we understand things like baptism? Or how do we understand grace? The Reformation is a really big deal within Protestant history because that changed how we saw positions of things like the Pope. And how we saw like the breakdown of how churches are organized. So that's historical theology. Whenever we're talking about systematic theology, what we mean by systematic theology is, and this is probably going to be more of like what you hear on Sunday mornings through like your pastor, seminary students, Bible students, they all study this. It's the most common of the theologies and that you go through. I graduated from a Christian ministry department from a school in St. Louis, and I actually had to take a 5-part theology class, and 3 of the classes out of the 5 were systematic theology classes. So with systematic theology here is this doctrine or this topic for that, and then what does all of Scripture say about it? So what does all of Scripture say about sin? What does all of Scripture say about death? What does all of Scripture say about creation? What does everything say about this particular topic that we're covering? So we're going to try and we'll hit on probably these 3 different types of theology kind of throughout the series as we move along. But I wanted to hop on and just make sure that like we all had like a basic understanding of what I'm talking about whenever I bring this up. So as always, go ahead, you can like and subscribe if you want to follow more of these videos as they come out. I really want to be able to help Sunday school teachers and small group leaders be able to prepare and have a little bit more theological training that doesn't include going to college or seminary. And if you have a comment, please feel free to leave them. I do try to look at those, but I'm looking forward on being on this journey with you. Bye.